Good evening, class. Um, the best experience I ever had with a leader while I was in the Navy. It came after a horrible leadership experience, actually. Um, the first leader had this mindset, and um, I was just stationed on a submarine. I think it was the first or second day, and the individual told me there's only so much happiness on the sub. If you want some, if you want to be happy, you have to steal it from someone else. You have to make them miserable in order to make yourself happy. And that was kind of the way that he led by. Um, he would put himself in front of everybody else. Everything that was done well, he took credit for. None of his subordinates got any credit. Um, he ended up getting fired from his position. Um, Not for that, but we did have issues later because of it, like maintenance not being done. But his um, predecessor was the best leader I ever had. Um, his name was Mike, and he was the complete opposite. He would give credit to everybody but himself. He would take all the blame. Um, he would reprimand us when it was necessary. Um, and by doing that, he kept us out of the limelight of others. He handled everything in house, and most importantly, he raised us up. Most of us that actually he knew cared, even if we didn't know we cared, he knew that we cared, um, and would push us, and he would challenge us, and he would make us do his job on occasion, um, so that we understood where he was coming from, but also so that if we later took his position, which um, he went officer candidate school, and I did take his position. I was the leading petty officer following him, and he was the example for which I tried to lead after. I would have my subordinates. I would have them do my job. I would have them be the LPO. They would do everything they needed to do so they understood both what it was like being the LPO, um, all the little all the little politics, all the little games you kind of have to play because you're talking to the captain, you're talking to other officers and higher ups, um, and also so they had some experience so that should they take my position. And in a way, mind you, it's not a Christian setting by any means. Um, it was like discipling people who disciple people. Disciples who create disciples, um, and I've never. It's been 10 years, I think. I've never forgotten it. Um, he got there early, stayed late, took care of the things that needed to be taken care of. Um, and if we had personal things going on, like he would make it work. But the same went for him is that by showing us that respect and showing us that care and love, um, when he had an anniversary, we made sure to take care of things so that he actually didn't have to even come into work that day. And that was also due to him training us to be able to do everybody else's job, um, not brilliantly, like not like we were the system expert, um, but in a way that we could handle it if someone wasn't able to make it, or if someone really had something going on and they shouldn't be there. So that's probably my best leadership experience. Um, but I think I've learned from my most horrible leadership experiences as well for things not to do, um, which I think was a mindset that he also helped also to instill with us. All right, guys, I look forward to reading your posts. See ya.